Hello, 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 hello. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the obligatory 6 a.m. stream. Technically, I have 10 minutes, but yeah. Good morning, midnight, or not midnight. Sorry, not midnight. Hello. We are getting set up right now. Satisfactory is taking a second to start. I do apologize, everyone. I'm very happy. Genuinely, I am very happy. Alrighty. What? There we go. We have Satisfactory up now. There we go. Yeah, we're having some scuff at the start of the stream. Stream scuff is real today. We have just hit our subscriber goal for the week of 100 subscribers for the week. That's crazy. I'm just looking at the video that I posted literally 10 minutes ago. It's already at like 400 views. What the fuck? I'm not used to being big. I don't know how to feel about this. Okay. It's been a couple days since we've actually done this. Right, we were gonna go do some geothermal stuff in the last stream. Thank you for the subscription. Not midnight. Thank you. We were gonna do some geothermal stuff in the last stream. Didn't get to it yet. Because I need to set up high-speed connectors. There's another thing I have to do. Do I actually have manufacturing set up already? Can I... Ooh, I do! Okay. Okay. Let me put this down real quick, just so I can see... What do we got? What do we got in here? Oh, I can make SAM fluctuators, make computers now, crystal oscillators. I can make explosive rebar. Of course, I can make the modular engines and adaptive control units. These are the ones that I want to make. Okay, so now I need to remember... it's gonna scan. It's gonna take forever to get over there. I already know where everything basically is, so that's gonna be good. I need to go over here. Over here is where the things are. I'm gonna need to grab... Yeah, so this is... Yeah, okay. So why are we not working here? Why... Hello, meme. Hi. Welcome to the stream. Hi. Excuse me? Oh, okay. That's such a weird... That's very weird. Why... But hello, meme. Hi. That should now work. It's so weird. Oh? No, it's still broken. I am very good. I am very, very good. Why is this still broken? Oh, because there's still bullshit inside of this thing. Now? Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna downgrade that though. I don't need anything extra. Okay, so now I am pretty good though. It has been a little bit of a wild ride. These past few days. I have been accelerating my content creation efforts, doing a lot more stuff, so it's been a little bit of time. But I'm finally getting to streaming the games I like to play, and we're gonna have fun. And thank you for the follow meme. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're gonna go to the... We're gonna go to the plastic today. There's so much that we need to do. We want to get trains today. This is the main thing. We want to get trains. There's a lot of stuff to do on that front to get this done today. So we need... Here's what we're gonna need. We need motors. We have motors already being made. We're gonna need... Okay, it's gonna be a lot of stuff. Okay. Hello, Firefox Doom. Welcome to the stream. Hi, hi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello. There's so many people watching on multiple different platforms. I'm not even ready for this. I'm also assuming we have TikTok as well, right? Like there's definitely people watching on TikTok, right? Like there's no way that people are not, right? Yeah, of course. Hey, Ray of Chaos, welcome! Welcome to the TikTok stream! I didn't even see that. Hello, Dimebag Rocks, really. Hello. Hi, 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 hi. Hello, everyone. I didn't even realize that! I'm so sorry! Hello! Hi, peoples! Hello, all of the peoples! Hello! I didn't realize... Yeah, I'm streaming on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Kick, everywhere. Sin Dragon, thank you for this. Sin Dragon, thank you for the subscription on YouTube. Bailey McCullen, thank you for the subscription on YouTube as well. And again, Meme, again, thank you for the subscription on TikTok. Thank you. Or not TikTok, on Twitch. Sorry. My brain's going a little bit fuzzy today. Hello, Maya. Welcome to the stream on YouTube Shorts. Hello, hello. Can my elevator come down here, please? I called you like twice. Hello? Come on. Can I get in? Thank you. I already said hello to you. Maya. Hello. Dimebag, thank you for the like on TikTok. Race 53. Welcome to the Kick stream. Thank you for the like on, or thank you for the follow on Kick. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Firefox Doom, thank you. I do accept compliments as payment. Thank you. I think it's pretty too. We have a lot of stuff happening. There's so much stuff happening. I'm going to assume that this is not... No, okay, the kick chat does work. Okay, so it's just incorrect. Gotcha. Alrighty. Let's see here. Can I make explosive rebar? Yes, I can. Let's make some explosive rebar. We're gonna make some boom today. We're gonna do a lot of stuff. It's gonna be a lot of cool things. So I'm gonna need to make high-speed connectors. Hello V, welcome to the TikTok stream. Hi, hi, hi. Hello Kenzie, welcome to the TikTok stream. Hello, hello. Gotcha. Alrighty. Let's set up. Hello, Azza. Welcome to the TikTok stream. Hi, hi, hi. Alrighty. We got the explosive rebar set up now. Let us swap to iron rebar. There we go. Alright. So now, high-speed connectors. I need to automate these either way, so let's high-speed connectors. How does one automate? Hold on. Okay, so if I throw them right here, high-speed connectors. I need circuit boards for these ones. Okay. So I'm gonna need to do a bunch of stuff. It's gonna be a bunch of stuff. Oh, it's gonna be so much stuff. I'm not excited for this. I missed. There we go. Got it. Awesome. Hello, Simply Coffee. Welcome to the stream on TikTok. Hi, hi, hi. Thanks for watching. Okay, we are here at the plastic production facility. No, wrong buttons. I'm used to Arknight infield. God damn it. Let me in. Alright, there we go. We're going to the top. I think that's where the plastic's created. Nope. One down. Alright. Let us look at this real quick and just figure out how to do this. Let's see here. I can pull a plastic off from here. Where am I going? What am I doing? Okay, I can pull a plastic off from here. Yeah? Yeah? Is that the best? Isn't that the best I got? I am having a good morning. I hope everyone else is having a good morning too that's watching the stream currently right now. If you're not, let's talk about that. What's going on? Okay, we're gonna give me a section. That one, I don't think I can get a section. Nope, I got one right there. Good, bang. Good shit. Alright, we're gonna do a little bit of cursed magic here. Just basically shit that shouldn't happen. There we go. That's in the centered. Okay. Gonna do two things. First thing, industrial storage. Right like that. Second thing, we need to go logistic, production, assembler. Put the assembler right there. Grab this. Put that into there. Grab that one. Put that into here. Go into here. Grab copper sheets. This is going to be a lot of stuff. I'm happy that you're mourning as well, Coffee. Genuinely, very, very happy that you're mourning as well. I hope that it continues to be well. Pause on Twitch. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, there we go. And then this one is circuit boards. I need to set this up on the power pole right here, but I also think that I'm actually going to need to make a new power pole because I'm running out of connections. There we go. And then, of course, we're going to have this one right here sticking out right like that. And then a... Don't have enough SAM fluctuators. Gotcha. Noted. We're going to have to solve that problem here soon. I have an issue with that, though. There's no way to get resources over to that cave that has the SAM in it. Thank you, Coffee, for the follow on TikTok. Hello, Santos. Hello, Santos, on the TikToks as well. Hi, 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 hi. Hope your day's going good. Okay, there's this one here. That's the wrong one. Oh, come on, that's the wrong one. There we go. That's gonna go like that here. Then this is gonna go like this. And then a conveyor splitter. Nope. Meh. That's better. That good? Is that good? No, that's not good. Okay, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. How hard is it to place... Line up. There we go. That lined up now? How is that lined up? They need to fix their, They need to fix their, dimensional depot alignment stuff. One back. Yeah, there we go. It's like, I need this space right here to put a splitter. Hello, Coffee on Twitch. Hello, hello. Thanks for coming on to Twitch. Hi, hi. We are on YouTube as well. Hello, hello. Alright, so now we're going to grab the splitter. And I'm going to put that on here. Oh, come on. This sucks. This actually sucks. Okay, so we're gonna bring this around and go like this and be weird and stupid. Because this thing doesn't want to cooperate like normal, so. There. That, what the fuck am I building? What the fuck did I build? Nope. There we go. I mean, if you think it will be, that's up to you, honestly. The only thing is I have a TikTok chat already open. I really wish that TikTok would get their head out of their ass with it. Other than that, that's basically it. They don't let me pop out the chat or connect an API to it, so it's just a fucking thing. At this moment in time, it's genuinely a waste of my time to respond to people on TikTok to an extent. I enjoy TikTok, genuinely I do. Thank you, Coffee, for the follow on Twitch. I genuinely enjoy TikTok. It's fun. But also just like, you know, they don't let me pop out the chat, so I have to have the live stream open fully to actually do anything with it. Which I'm thankful for TikTok, but it really hasn't helped with my growth at all. Like, I'm happy for the followers on TikTok. Genuinely, I'm happy for you guys, and thank you for coming. But genuinely, TikTok does not help your follower counts, by the way. And being popular on TikTok isn't as good as people think it is. I do like little secret things, and genuinely, being popular on TikTok is legitimately basically the equivalent of basically just being like, aw, that's cute. Unless you have like millions of people that are following you. I have the same amount of subscribers on YouTube as I do on followers on TikTok, and the subscribers on YouTube pull more weight to an extent than TikTok does. And it's not even because like they're actually pulling more weight, it's just the platform has more reciprocity, I think that's the word. Yeah, TikTok is a very weird platform. It does not help really growth. It just makes people know you exist. Hello, Tyrantarum. Beep the Crayon Eater. I mean, that's a name, all right. Hi. But yeah, no, genuinely, TikTok is a very weird place to grow. Also, hello, Pause. Welcome to the stream. Hi. Didn't even see you there. But genuinely, I don't understand TikTok. I don't get it. Twitch has gone down into the hole. Yeah. Like, I'm grateful. Let me go on to my TikTok real quick. 'cause like here's the thing. So on YouTube Shorts, let me just quickly look at this. One, I'm gaining like 100 subscribers under 100 subscribers a week now, which is lovely, and I'm so happy, and I thank everyone for that. Like, 'cause that is ridiculous. But right now, I posted a video to YouTube Shorts. Where I always every couple days I always go, and at least every Friday I always go, you know. Every Friday I usually like say thank you and you know, wish everyone a good week and a good start to the next week. And that has 287 views. I posted the same video to TikTok. And I have to, and the stupid thing is, I can't even view that. They don't have a TikTok studio. Hello, David E on TikTok. Welcome. Let's see how much it's done. It has 104 views on TikTok currently. That same exact video. But it has less interactions, less likes, and less comments. And I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. To me, TikTok isn't really worth it. But there's still people on there, so I'm gonna stream to it, and I'm gonna try to make as many people as I can happy. We're gonna be streaming to Nico Nico again. But literally every time I refresh it, by the way, the YouTube one is going up 10, 20 views. The TikTok one's gone stale. So, because TikTok, for some reason, doesn't give the views, doesn't let people view the content, basically when I'm streaming. But when I'm not streaming is when they promote it like crazy. I've noticed that. Literally, Enfield was good. It was fun. I do plan on streaming it. Pangus Khan, thank you for the subscription on YouTube. Skeleton Arca, thank you for the subscription on YouTube as well. I'm assuming they're not in stream. But literally, my entire feed, by the way, because also, for some reason, I don't understand Twitch. Twitch also pushes the VODs after I'm done streaming. So people literally sit there and watch the VODs for the entire time, by the way, of it being live. They would rather watch the VOD and that. So I have Neprune, Error, Dark Ninja follows on Twitch not being live. A couple Japanese people looks like that followed me on YouTube, but it's a bunch of YouTube, Twitch, and some Kick subscriptions and follows, which I love. I thank everyone for that. But I'm just confused. I'm trying to break down like every platform, what videos do well, what kind of content does well on each platform, what kind of content I need to create and post on those platforms. Basically breaking it down to be scientific. And I am very close to figuring it out. I know which ones work good on YouTube now. I've got that down to a science. I know which ones do good on YouTube, and I can figure out basically how that works. It's only long form content that I'm having a little bit of an issue with, which I still am working on and figuring out. On TikTok, I don't know what is the meta at the moment that works for my niche. I am figuring that one out. On Twitch, Twitch is just consistency. That's it. You just got to be consistent with it, and then people come and watch. As I see now, like there's 3 people in Twitch that are still watching currently, that are still interacting. Like there's users in chat currently right now. Pause, Meme, and Coffee are still here. Hi, thank you for being here. Yeah. With Nico, that is a little bit more interesting. I have been learning more Japanese to do videos on Nico. Or at least do the intros of the videos in Japanese. And then inform people that I'm going to be switching to English for the remainder of the video. Because I do not know that much Japanese yet. Because I'm still, gaijin. So I'm still figuring out how to do that language. I keep getting Russian people when I stream. Not on Trovo, by the way. You'd think, yeah, Trovo, the mostly Russian streaming platform. I used to stream to that, so that's probably where they came. No. I don't stream to Russian. I know a little bit of Russian, but I just keep getting more Russian people sometimes at certain times of the day. Don't know why that is, but hey, whatever. I mean, if they're gonna watch, they're gonna watch, and I don't mind either way. But literally, I have been figuring out how the entire thing works, and I don't know how to feel about this either. Because like, yes, right. Because like, yes, all these platforms are good to get visibility, but I have to do so much work. It takes a lot to actually do content creation. People just think it's haha, post funny video and hope for the best. Genuinely, it is haha, post funny video, then figure out why funny video did good or did bad. No in between, no middle ground. Just hee hee, funny video, good, bad, go burr. And that's the truth. That's the unfortunate reality of the situation in that regard. Okay, so, but either way, besides the point. Coffee left the stream. Unfortunate. But that's besides the point. So. Let's actually get back into the actual gameplay and actually playing this fucking game. Because that's what people are here for. We're not here to hear me talk about and complain about platforms and the differences between 2 separate platforms or 4 separate platforms that I stream to, and the weird video formats and other things like that. Oh, actually, one last thing on Twitch. NVEC encoding, right? NVEC is is NVIDIA's encoding format stuff. It doesn't do well on Twitch. I have to use AV1 specifically on Twitch. Don't know why. That's what Twitch wants to promote. So they promote the content and the streams that do AV1 and not NVEC or HVEC either. I genuinely do not know. Okay, I need high-speed connectors. That's the next thing. Let me just quickly create this here, just so I can see what do I need. Okay, I need. Okay, I actually do need to go back up here. Flying back up. Okay, there we go. Okay. Zoop mode. Eight. Okay, there we go. Seven. Seven. It's seven. Alright, there we go. Good. Okie dokie. There we go. Alrighty. Also, I think I can put a miner on this. Yes, I can. Okay, so we're gonna do another production for can I delete these with explosives? No. Okay, I had to actually mine them. Oh, come on. Why do we do that? Come on. Come on. There we go. And press control. Nope. Come on. Nope. Come on. There we go. Yeah, so these are synchronized together. There's that. Alrighty. Welcome back from lurking. I went on a tangent about the differences between TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and all of those platforms. And I think I killed some of my viewership in regards to that. So that's a thing. I'm very passionate about content creation. And getting the correct formats for every platform is something that I strive to do, so. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know. I apologize in advance then, or not in advance, but you get what I mean. I apologize. We are now just building up our factory. We are now just building up our factory in the middle of nowhere. To try and do a little bit better of, you know, production. Do I have any iron over here? Probably not, right? Is there any iron? I'm assuming not, right? "357 meters away." So there's actually iron somewhere? Oh, there is iron over there. Okay. Okay. We do win some and lose some, genuinely. But hey, iron. Cool. Okay. Let me first clear some rocks real quick. And some other problems. I never said you could run away. Okay. Is this copper? Holy shit, there's copper next to... Okay. That's actually really good. Okay, there we go. Let us, see. And this'll just work, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay. We, of course, are going to actually, you know, have actual stuff, but I just want to have this set up real quick, as I want to get some, miners down, at least. Just Mark 1s. Don't need anything more fancy than Mark 1 miners. Line those up with these. Okay. Yeah, okay. Over here. There we go. Okay. Six. There we go. So what's the premise of this game I've never played before? This game is literally what you see here. It is the epiphany of mindless just building stuff. You're building basically the biggest factories you can, clearing out the land, reclaiming nature, or just claiming nature in general, and not letting nature win. We don't give nature breaks here. Literally. That is also the epiphany of this game. Yeah. That goes like that, and this goes like this over here. There we go. This game is a game that you can literally just sit there and play for fucking hours. Days, years even. There's a guy that's been playing this game since it came out and is like the de facto guy that knows everything about the game. And like if you need to know something, you go ask him. He knows the game even better than the developers. And the developers are slightly concerned about how he knows so much about their game. And if you want to know anything else about this game, like that, just remember, this is something that not a lot of people realize. The developers of this game are the same ones that made Goat Simulator. Okay, just keep that in mind. And I'm not even joking. Go look at the developer's Steam page. Like, legitimately. Also, Satisfactory is on sale right now. It is a vibe. But seriously. Hold on. Okay, real quick. They created Valheim. Okay. They're working on another game called Lightyear Frontier. They created all 3 Goat Simulators. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. They're also creating Hunt Down and all of these as well. Right? They are not even done. They're creating absolute bangers. And they've been creating absolute bangers. When they first started making games, they were making bangers. Like, legitimately, Coffee Stain is one of those development studios that actually knows what they're doing, knows what people want, knows how much to charge for it, and they're literally goated. They're literally a goated developer. They created Goat Simulator. But legitimately, they know what they want, they know what they create, and they know what's good. And they don't fail. None of the games that they've released have really failed, and most of them are on sale right now. If that says anything. The only thing that I think has ever had issues is their newer game, or their really old games. But even then, right, Satisfactory and Sanctum are close together. And that they worked on Sanctum TD, and like Sanctum 2, right? And then Goat Simulator blew up, absolutely fucking exploded. They created a story about their uncle, did Westport Independent, made a puppet game, which also still is pretty good, and it's only VR. And then they did Deep Rock, Hunt Down, Goat Simulator 3, Lightyear, Midnight Ghost Hunt, because they wanted to do that. Songs of Conquest, which is really popular still. Then Satisfactory, then Goat Simulator Remastered, and then they're going through all this, and this is just their new, air quotes, new releases. Right? This is just their new releases. They're still working on everything. But they're creating games that they like to play. And I vibe with that. Because they are the GOAT. They are literally the GOAT. Like the name of Satisfactory originally, they didn't actually have a name for it, Satisfactory itself. So they called it literally just Factory Game. And people like went with that for years. Because doesn't matter. Like every other publisher's like, yes, we need to have good factory, we need to have good names, great graphics, and blah blah blah. Coffee Stain Studio launched this under the name Factory Game, took a screenshot from in the game, slapped a quick logo over it, and was like, yep, that's good enough. If it doesn't work, it's not because of the marketing, it's because of the gameplay. They're they're very into the fact that if something's not good, it is not. Yeah, literally. They created legitimately something that not a lot of people realize. Also, not just a different genre of gaming. Like, this is a new genre of gaming. The difference between Coffee Stain and EA Sports, for example, or EA in general, or a big, massive studio, or Blizzard, or Call of Duty, or any of those, right, is Coffee Stain, they don't care what they release their shit under. They don't, they can do it now, but in the past, they have literally released games, that, like, this has been this game, by the way, was an alpha for literal years. It was an alpha and beta for literal years. Okay. Like, this game was in beta for literal years before it became out of beta. It's now out of beta. But literally, we got the game out of beta now. And they're really good at what they do. Like, look at this. You want to learn something cool? So, you know how this snapping thing, by the way, is a little bit fucking weird? If you press control and then lift it up, it snaps it back to where you can actually manipulate the block again, or manipulate the foundation. Bet you didn't know that one. Not a lot of people do. There's a bunch of, like, nuanced stuff like that. That was something that a lot of people complained about. Like, I can't lift the block above the thing, and now you can do that. You can actually get really granular with it. It goes 1 meter sections at a time. But legitimately, though, this game is great. But Coffee Stain literally released this game under the name Factory Game. The EXE is still called Factory Game.exe. Because that's what the EXE signed as, etc., etc. There's a whole, like, process to, like, get that switched over, and it would cost them more money to switch it over than what it's worth, and the game's technically internally still called Factory Game, so just leave it the same name, because whatever. Because why would they need to switch it over to Satisfactory when their literal internal name's still called Factory Game? But literally, they released this game without a logo, without fancy graphics, nothing stupid like that. They literally released the game with a screenshot of them making belts in the game. Called it Factory Game, and just sent it. And everyone saw it and thought it was cool. Then people started playing it. And then it was really satisfying with the factories and how everything works, and getting, again, like you've said, that extra 12% boost in production for just sitting there. Right. And that's where it is now, is everyone that has played this game or touches this game or currently plays this game sits there and just stares at the screen and goes, come on, give me more stuff. You can do it. Blah, blah, blah. Because legitimately, they know, one, Coffee Stain knows exactly what they've done. They know exactly what they're building. They know exactly what they've built to. Yeah, no, I literally played it when this game was called Factory Game. Like Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I'm being legitimately serious. I played this game when it was called Factory Game. And I'm so glad that I did. But no, they literally released this game with a screenshot of the gameplay and then released it. And we're like, if people don't want to play it, it's because we made a bad game. But then everyone started playing this game. Gray Still Plays picked it up, and that's one of the reasons why it accelerated like it did as well, is literally because he grabbed the game, hyper fixated on it for legitimately, like, I gotta say, like 3 weeks straight on live stream, which also accelerated the game to absolute crazy levels as well. I gotta like say that. Like, legitimately, it is accelerated. This game and others like it have now accelerated. Hello, people that are joining TikTok. If you want to talk, unfortunately, you're gonna have to go to that. I started ignoring TikTok because genuinely, it's more than it's worth to respond to people on TikTok. But yeah, no, literally, they know exactly what they've done. They've built a game, built a community, and then literally the developers that are the specific developers that are working on Satisfactory took a break from Satisfactory because they were banging through all of the bug reports that they were getting through. Yeah, Satisfactory is really good, genuinely really good game. But they, like, this is how much the developers care. They sat there for about 2 weeks straight, banging through bug reports after bug reports after bug reports. When the game was like 2 years after the game was released, to satisfy people in their craving for more Factory, but also to make sure that the game is genuinely good. They release games, see if they have a community. If they do genuinely have a community, or they can build a small community around it, then they see how they can accelerate that. And they accelerated it very, very good. This game has lost a little bit of its following, which understandable, most games do. But this one has retained a lot of its initial people. Like, everyone still, it's like Minecraft. Everyone still decides they want to come back to the game eventually. Because you might leave the game for a week, 2 weeks, 4 weeks. But you're gonna come back to the game. And it's gonna feel the exact same as when you left it the last time. Like, there is no difference to Satisfactory. Genuinely just a masterpiece. I'm being legitimately serious, by the way. Satisfactory, no matter what, the gameplay mechanics and everything feel just as good as they did the first day that I picked it up years ago. And it still feels good. Genuinely. Because, like, look at this. Like, Zoop mode for building foundations. No, come on. Well, except for snapping. The snapping is a little crunchy. But literally, that. Flying. Smooth as all heck. Conveyor belts feel good. The gun feels smooth and relevant. The zip line is actually a fairly good way to get around the world. The explosive bullets feel like they actually have weight behind them. Genuinely, this game is a fucking masterpiece, and I am so glad that it exists, because genuinely, if we didn't have this, I think I would probably go crazy. Mostly because I wouldn't know what to, like, stream. Like, genuinely. I wouldn't know what to stream. I need more concrete. I genuinely need more concrete. This is actually painful. This is actually painful. I can't build 3. Oh my god, okay. Okay, I need to at least bring this one online. Hold on. Concrete, concrete, concrete. And I'm probably gonna be a Valorant streamer. Nope. I fucking hate Valorant. I legitimately despise that game with all of my might. That game is the epiphany of bullshit and just me and Valorant have a a history. I'll just say this. If I'm ever gonna play a shooter on stream, it is not going to be Valorant. It will be Splitgate, or it will be Fragpunk. And that is it. There is no others that I will play. And I will stick to my morals on that one. I absolutely despise Valorant. Oh no, it's not even the community. I just legitimately despise. I legitimately despise Valorant. I just hate Valorant. The mechanics of it are not good. The entire thing is one big cash grab. That's it. That's the entire purpose of that game. It is not there to be a good game. It is there to separate you from your money. And that's it. That's the only reason why that game exists. Because they know you'll pay for it. That's it. Stacy, I'm gonna delete that number, as I don't know what that number is, so we're gonna just not have the number. Secret codes in my chats don't exist or and are not gonna work. But legitimately, seriously, I genuinely despise. Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. But no, I legitimately despise Valorant. If a shooter could be any more of a cash grab, it's worse than fucking Fortnite, in my opinion. And I hate Fortnite. Like legitimately. I would rather play also just, you know, stuff from massive game studios is turned into absolute trash now. Legitimately, I'd rather play games like this, where it's satisfactory, it's good, it's nice, it has good mechanics. Actually, I enjoy the mechanics of Call of Duty. I will never play the game on stream, though. But I do, in fact, enjoy the mechanics of Call of Duty. Call of Duty as a game and a franchise is gone to shit. But the older games have actually and are still actually really good, in my opinion. And are worth playing to an extent. We're gonna actually put a you have a great day meme. Have a great day. Or Oracle. Whatever you want to be called. But no, genuinely, I would rather I would legitimately rather burn Valorant to the ground before actually playing it on stream. Because it's not worth it. Like, Valorant as a game is not worth playing. Memo, okay. Yeah, no, Valorant as a game is not worth playing for me. There, this should now serve all three of these. I don't think it's cute. I legitimately just dislike Valorant. I dislike the people that play it. I dislike Valorant in general. It's a game that just doesn't feel good in the hand. Ah. Yeah. Alright. But yeah, no, legitimately, legitimately, I just don't like Valorant. Valorant as a game and the company behind it are just... There's better alternatives, is what I have to say about that. Because, like, why would I play... something that legitimately wastes my time to an extent, or not even to an extent, just legitimately waste my time. Why would I do that when I could just play something that I enjoy playing? Because all Valorant does is just stress me out in general. I've tried playing it. The mechanics don't work very well. It's just genuinely not a good game for me. I like what I like, and I know my limits, and I know what I dislike, and Valorant is one of them. Please let me up so I don't fall into the void. Alright, let's figure out how to do this though. Down corner. I already know about I already know right here. We need 3-step ramps, I swear. Okay. I think I know how to work this. it's just gonna be a just gonna be a little bit of a interesting thing here. Okay, so I'm gonna need to do a few things. Foundation stairs. 4-meter ramps. Okay. Hello, bacon and cheese. Welcome to the stream. Hi. Okay. Okay, I built a ramp into the wall. Okay. Okay, so bacon. Pause. Yeah, I apologize. Yeah, no, it's not. My microphone didn't die. I promise. I make bacon. Why do we ask these questions? Why do you need to ask these questions? In general. Is there a need to ask these questions? We just exist in this world, that's it. I'm here for entertainment, not here to rip apart like a book. But genuinely though, I am here for entertainment. I am not here for anything else. Call me whatever you want to call me. I don't care. But genuinely though. No, I'm just here for entertainment. Genuinely. I'm rethinking this. This was a bad idea. This one was a bad idea. Cause like this doesn't actually like line up properly, so I'm now having to figure out how to do this. And a 2 ramp might actually save me here. Yeah. Yeah, that works. Okay, that's actually perfect. Let's delete this one as well, and then let's get a 2 ramp down corner. Like that. And then we'll get another down corner like that, and then an up corner ramp like this. And then another up corner ramp like that. And then 2 ramps. Like that. Yeah? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at how clean that is. Look at that. Look at that. That looks really good. Ooh, okay. I'm glad I redid that. Cause that would have looked like actual ass if I didn't. Okay, one tall ramps. Oh, no, that's 2 tall ramps. Come on. Alright, there. And then just run across the way here. And click. There we go. And then... Oh, I have done a dumb. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit harder to recover from, I think. Okay. This game is Satisfactory. This is dumb. This is me doing a dumb. Okay. I do apologize. The ping is not you, it's me. I sound like a fucking toxic ex, holy shit. But no, seriously, the ping is actually me, not you. I do apologize. That is my bad. Not even me. Okay, I'm gonna look at your fucking channel real quick. I'm gonna look at your fucking channel real quick. Yeah, that fucking tracks. Okay. Okay, yeah, that fucking tracks. Okay. Much as I like the interaction, that person is also just underage. Jesus Christ. I don't want to spill my tea or spoil my tea. I like my tea. My tea is good. But no, genuinely, the tea is actually really good. I have tea here. It's good. It's good tea. If I go like this, and then can I? Oh, how the fuck can I do this? I banned bacon. I was gonna keep them in, but I banned them. Not for the reason you think. Genuinely just, they started being weird, basically. And not weird in the ways that I allow, so they got purged and removed off the channel. The down ramp right here. Down corner ramp would work better. There we go. Most engagement is actually good, at least in my channel. I try not to delete people's comments and stuff. I perceive it as rude. Also just, you know, that, like, you'll notice that on my channel, at least on YouTube, there is a lot of comments that are negative or derogatory that I leave on. It doesn't affect me as people think it does. They think they're being cool when they put it on there. Most of them are just having bad days. Funny enough, I've had a lot of people come back and then delete their comments and apologize because of it. Legitimately, because they do feel bad about posting that kind of stuff. But no. Seriously, people need to stop letting children have access to the internet. That's the idea of it, basically. That's where my brain is going at this point. Is like people are pissed off that ID verification is being widely pushed across the entire internet now. We do understand this is because of Roblox, right? Like, I'm just gonna say that. Don't say that in my chats, by the way. You will get banned. Don't say that game name. But it's legitimately though, it is because of that game that ID verification and chat restrictions and other shit is being implemented across the entirety of the internet. Like, that's the entire reason. And, you know. And I find it hilarious. That's basically it. I find it absolutely fucking hilarious. But that's besides the point. The entire reason why literally ID verification is getting implemented across the entire world right now and across the entire internet is because of one stupid game that just didn't want to put restrictions on who could chat and who didn't. Yeah, right. Literally your phone, like basics, like NSA security principles. Fucking Mark Zuckerberg, the guy that created Facebook, puts tape over his cameras and microphones when he opens the Facebook app on his phone. Because that shit takes pictures without it telling you that it's taking pictures and recording your audio. Like just Facebook's privacy shit is actually atrocious. The Mark Zuckerberg literally designed Facebook to be exactly that. The most atrocious privacy sink that has ever existed. He didn't design it to be good at keeping your data safe. He designed it to take your data and create a profile about you to then serve you advertisements and other shit. Like, that's his entire business model. What the fuck? Why did it put a wall outlet? But no, his entire business model is legitimately creating like profiles about people, tracking them. Like, seriously, Facebook knows exactly where I went. They know exactly what I like. So if anyone doesn't know, you can actually take surveys from Facebook and get a little bit of extra cash. I do those. And it's kind of crazy, the shit that Facebook has on me. They literally ask me, like, questions that you wouldn't think they would know. Like, how good was the pizza place that I had on a specific day of the week, at a specific time. And they asked me about the specific time and, like, why did I go into the pizza place at the specific time and stuff like that. It's because they already fucking know. They know exactly where I've been. Facebook already knows. Like, it's not even the government, it's literally just Facebook. Then I also do Google Rewards surveys as well, because why not, again. And those guys also send me queries about my search history. I'm not even joking, by the way. They legitimately send you queries about your search history. And then they pay you for this, to answer questions about your search history. Or about the places you visited recently. If you go to a house that's not your own for more than, like, 3 days in a row, they're like, hey, what's going on at that house? And it's literally concerning. It's very concerning. I am genuinely disgusted by the actual, level of, shit. Like, by the actual level of stuff that is happening, in these places. And everything that's going on. Because it's disturbing. But they're paying me, so I'm going to continue answering the questions because money. So. But legitimately, people don't know that Facebook Viewpoints exists. Like, it's a real legitimate thing. It's actually, like, a legitimate program by Facebook. And they ask you questions about, like, your activities that you do on the internet. And then that kind of stuff, or they ask you, like, surveys about, like, if you were going to buy this specific product, specifically, very specific questions about you and everything else. You don't understand. Okay. Facebook pays you to answer questions about their products in your search history on Facebook. Google has Google what is it called? Hold on. Google has, it's literally called Google Opinion Rewards. Yes, Facebook has a thing called Facebook Viewpoints, and you can literally get Amazon gift cards. Like, I'm not even joking you. Actual Amazon gift cards and other shit like that, and they legitimately pay you to like reveal information about yourself. Like they are not like subtle about it either. Legitimately. They are the least subtle company about that in general. At least Google's like, yeah, etc., etc. But no, literally Google is even worse. Like, Google is so much worse. They have Google Opinion Rewards. It's barely about your opinion. It's supposed to be about their products, right? No, they just ask you about your search history, like very detailed questions about your search history, or places you visited. Because they own the operating system that your device is like that. Like, if you have an Android, Google Opinion Rewards works very well on it. It's almost like it was specifically designed for it or something. Crazy. And legitimately, Google Opinion Rewards will legitimately scare you. Like, it's freaky as all fuck. The amount of shit that Google actually has on you, and that they're... Can I tell jokes? Yeah, go ahead. No, but the actual amount of shit that Google has on you is actually crazy. Legitimately. And they're not subtle about it. They just straight up ask you, like, how was Burger King? Like, they don't formulate it into like a... Alrighty. But they don't... Yeah, it's not subtle. They're like, we will ask you questions about Google products when you first install the program. Nope. It's not about Google products. And people don't realize half the time. But no, Google Opinion Rewards is a real thing. It legitimately exists. It's actually fairly not bad. If you just want like $5, answer the questions. They will give you $5 in legitimate money that you can use in like Google Wallet. And you can buy like Arby's or something with it. Legitimately, it takes like 2 days. But no, legitimately, they are not subtle about it in any way, shape, or form. They don't want to be either. Because they're like directly asking you about like your search history and other things. Like, I've had to actually contact them before and be like, hey, why are we doing stuff like this? And I've gotten less of them, of course, because once you alert the big company that they're breaching your privacy, they stop doing it blatantly to you. Crazy to think that that's what takes them to stop doing that. But no, legitimately, one of the things, though, is Google is actually fairly good at is hiding the fact that they are stealing your data. Facebook is not subtle about it in any way, shape, or form. I really don't want Facebook to have my data. I don't want Google to have my data either, but if I would have to choose one or the other, genuinely... it would probably be fucking, probably be Google, if I had to have them have my data, and honestly they do. Because Google itself, surprisingly, hasn't really had a data breach, so... Now, it's fucking inevitable that they're going to have one eventually, but for now, they haven't had a publicly disclosed data breach. So, for now, they're secure. I'd rather deal with Google, genuinely, than deal with Amazon or any one of those, though. A lesser evil is still evil. Yeah, no, genuinely. A lesser evil is still evil. There is no security anymore. There's no privacy. Like the last privacy that we had was in 2012 when we still had fucking flip phones. Legitimately. When the iPhone came out, that's when all the privacy went away. I'm not even joking, like, legitimately. Once the iPhone came out, and you had a camera, you had GPS, you had trackers and other shit inside of your pocket, basically that's when everything went from privacy focused and your rights still existed to nothing. And people pay for that. People pay to have their privacy violated. And they're happy with it. And you know what? Whatever. I genuinely do not care. Because it's nothing I can do to stop it, so. I can't do anything about it, so. I use Android for most of the things that I do. I can still control some of my privacy settings with it. Apple's even worse. I think that's the one. Yeah, okay. Then right here, if I just do this. Yeah, okay. And now if I go put a wall here. Not a center door, side door. There we go. Yeah. 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 Exactly, though. Yeah, let's not. Yeah. Maybe I am the feds. Maybe this entire thing was just to get you to admit. No, no. It legitimately now, though, is it's so privacy in America is so fucking bad that you can't even say bad things about the Cheeto Puff. Without you having his goons show up at your house and talk to you and get you to remember that you shouldn't talk bad about others. Because I'm not even joking, by the way, and that has happened to people recently. They literally talked bad about the Cheeto Puff, and then they had cops show up at their house and threaten them. Because his regime didn't like what they said. Very ridiculous, in my opinion. And they're claiming that these people that are talking about the Cheeto Puff behind is, you know, that are terrorists or other things, and they're legitimately not. They're sharing their own opinions, but people with an opinion nowadays are Cheeto Puff, Trump. He looks like a fucking Cheeto Puff. Yeah, the President of the United States looks like a fucking Cheeto Puff, so. That's why. But yeah, no. Legitimately, though, he sends his goons out if he doesn't like what you say about him. And I find it funny that he does. It's one of the reasons why I try not to talk politics on this channel, because I have very differing opinions from everyone. Because there's a lot of people that are just like, yes, this is a great thing. And then there's me that's just like, ha 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 ha, funny. Great joke. Because no. Legitimately, like, nothing that is going on right now is great. But, whatever. I didn't vote. I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for the other one. I didn't vote for any of them. Until there's an actual good candidate, I am not going to vote. Which, by the way, I don't think anyone understands how voting works in America. By the way. Because I don't think anyone actually explains it to anyone. The people do not have power to choose the next president. And that's real. That's legitimate. They don't have the power to choose the next president. I don't have the power. My vote means absolutely fucking nothing. Most states in America usually put their vote in by what the people want, right? But a state in America holds sole voting power. So the governor of the state basically can agree or disagree whether to follow the people's vote or not. So, for example, if I was the governor of Kentucky, right, and the people said to vote for candidate A, yeah, that's a state representative. It's a representative of the people. The governor's supposed to be. They're not. They usually are not. But let's say that the people voted for candidate A, but I really liked candidate B. Well, I could just put my vote in for the Electoral College for candidate B. And then the entire state is now voting for candidate B. Even though everyone else voted for candidate A, I liked candidate B better. So my vote goes to them. And that's the fucking problem with the system that we have currently. Even if everyone says that they do not want to vote for a candidate, if all the governors get paid off by said candidate, and they're like, yeah, we'll give you even more money if you make sure that I become president, then, you know, because we have a thing called lobbying here and a bunch of other bullshit. No, and that's literally the entire problem with the Electoral College. Funny enough, there's a loophole in the Electoral College that we as this generation are exploiting. And what's going to happen is the Electoral College is probably going to be abolished by the next election. And if that happens, this will be the first time in America's history that a leader in America will be voted in by people's vote only. If it goes through. If it goes through. That's the big if. But, that's the hope. Thank you, Dedicated Flashlight Man, for the membership. Thank you for the members. Thank you. Welcome to the Members Club. Welcome. Hi. Welcome to the Members Club. Hi. Hi. But legitimately, though, the entire American system is less than 100 people get to control all of the votes in America. It's not even the people's count. The people that actually live here do not get power to do our votes. But we're changing that. Hopefully. If it goes through. But if the tramp stamp has anything to say about it, that's not going to happen. So, that's a thing that sucks, but whatever. Oh well. I know a lot about American politics because I live here, for one, and I'm one of the few informed people. So there is a lot of uninformed people about American politics and think that America is really good in other countries. And then I have to tell them and break that veil of basically just like, do not come here. Do not try and move here. Do not live here. Do not. Just do not. Because there is a problem in other countries where they are thinking that because they're getting propaganda for America, right? And so they're thinking that this country is actually a good country to move to bring their families to. I'm not going to say what countries. It's not democratic. It's barely hitting the democratic thing. This is not democracy. It's I don't remember exactly what people have been called, what was exactly called, but it's not a democracy, it's not a monarchy, but it's not democracy. We barely have a democracy here, legitimately. Other countries have better democracies than America does. Legitimately, there are other countries that have better democracies than America does. The only reason why America is still popular is because of the propaganda. And because, you know, just people not understanding the actual, problems that we have here. Yeah, that too. Like, you get taxed so fucking much if you want to leave. And then other countries will be willing to waive the fee to give up citizenship if you're a dual citizen and you don't want to be part of their country anymore. Right? America makes you pay out your ass for it. Like, legitimately. It is so expensive to get rid of your citizenship. And there are some countries that require it if you want to like permanently move there or become a citizen of their country. They require you to give up like your previous citizenship. But it's just expensive. Some people got all of the money and got all the stuff set up to do the things that they want to do and live in the country that they want to live in. But then when they actually get to the part of, you know, immigrating and going through the proper procedures, they don't have the money anymore. And that's exactly what America wants. Is they legitimately want you to not have money. That's why they're doing the 25% tax rate and other stuff like that. Because they don't want you to leave. They don't want you to have money. Legitimately. Like, that's... Like, people that work in government have literally said that. Like, they don't want you to have money. Because they don't want you to leave. Because we're getting propaganda here about other countries. And people saying that other countries are impoverished or problematic, etc., etc., etc. In reality, looking at actual data from those countries, like, it's night and fucking day. It's night and day between America and those countries. I'm not even joking. Legitimately. Like, we get so much propaganda that it is unfortunately turned into like a game of fucking bingo on TikTok for me and YouTube now, of like, what's the next piece of propaganda that I'm gonna find from America? Oh, yeah, this video's propaganda. Great. You know what's sad? You know what the even sadder part about the propaganda that comes from America is half the people that are making the propaganda don't even realize that they're making the propaganda. They don't even realize that they're part of the propaganda machine. I'm not even joking you in this regard. Half the people that are making propaganda for America do not know that they've basically just been programmed by the government and by the way this system works. to produce propaganda for this country. And they will vehemently deny it. Like, legitimately, they will deny it and deny it and deny it and deny it. But it is something that you see every single day. Just go on TikTok, the American version specifically, not the global version. Go on the American version, and just look at the feed. It's mostly American propaganda. You specifically have to search for other countries, videos from other countries, and stuff about other countries now on TikTok fully for the American version to actually see the videos you want to see. I'm not even joking. Set a VPN, make a new TikTok account, set a VPN to New York, and watch the feed fill up with just American propaganda. It's literally videos about how America's great, and etc., etc. And yeah, no, wealth and quality of life are two different things. And legitimately, if I could get out of this country tomorrow, if I had a way out of this country tomorrow, I would take that. I would take it, get out of this country. But I cannot. Yeah, no, TikTok, the American version of TikTok has gone to shit. This country is gone to shit. Genuinely, bunch of people are afraid. Legitimately, a bunch of people are afraid that they're gonna get, like, euthanized and other shit like that. Because, Trump wants to do eugenics. I would probably go to Japan. Not because of, like, ooh, pretty views and other stuff like that. But literally just because it's Japan. It has good food. Like, there's no other reason, really. There are other reasons, but there's no other reason, really. It's Japan. If you don't like Japan, then I don't know who you are. I mean, also, I might go to Canada. Just 2 more years. 2 more years is too many years. There's something... Yeah. Japan is actually very cheap. I am legitimately, like, kind of annoyed that Japan is so cheap. At least from an American perspective. The problem is, again, is just moving there. Getting into Japan and getting into the country is very hard to do. Because if you haven't noticed, if you historically look at the prices of flights, by the way, from when Trump was not into office and when Trump was not in office and then when he got into office, prices of airplane tickets out of the country, not into the country, by the way, the ones into the country have gone down, the ones out of the country have gone up. They have skyrocketed. I can't get a plane ticket for under $1,000 out, but I can get a plane ticket back into the country for 400 United States dollars. I'm not even joking. And that is, and that is like us a normal hop state. Hawaii, for example. You land in Hawaii, you get a layover in Hawaii. Um, just a plane ticket from Hawaii to any other country. That's still an American territory, but Hawaii to another country is still over $1,000, and that's a direct flight. That's usually them. That's usually them desperate for people to get onto that plane, so they try to lower the price. You still can't get it under $100. And I have seen some tickets for 900, and I wish I could immediately nab those tickets up, but I can't. Because I don't have the money. But I wish I could. Because I would leave. I would leave tomorrow. Legitimately. If a company hires me in a different country, I will get on an airplane and fly just fucking... I'll get on an airplane and leave. Like, tomorrow. If anyone in the chat owns a media company and would like me to move to their country, let me know. That'd be a hell of a way to leave. But no. I do not, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, unfortunately. Logistics are a little hard. But no. Not as much of a personal question as you think it is. But no, I don't live alone. I still have to unfortunately exist. Depends on the country. That's what I will say for that one. Which country are we talking? Just real quick. Okay. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I would have to ponder for a little bit. Basically on that one. Because I would still need, like, income and shit. That's basically where my brain's going, is like, how would I make money? Do you own a company? Like, you know. If you do own a company, can I get your registration number? Yada yada yada. Because I have actually had some companies, I can't say who because I'm still in talks with some of them, but I've actually had some companies go, hey, can we work with you, or can like we get you on our rosters and stuff like that, and I have been like, yeah, sure. I have had also a bunch of fake companies go, yeah, let's get you on our roster, and then me having to go, can I get your, you know, business number? And then I run their business number through my software that I have, because I also have software that makes sure that my identity stays secure, and also so I can research and background and just vet companies. Because if a company has derogatory marks, for example, on their shit, I don't want to work with them. I don't want to have that relationship with a company and then have them get taken down like a year later or a week later after signing a deal with a company, or have them get sold like a date later, because I've had that happen to me before. Yeah, I have software that lets me connect to basically a database of numbers, and it's not really government, but it definitely is at the level of government. I did not get sold, no, but I've had companies that I was planning on working with get sold the same week. That I was going to work with them. There we go. This is now fixed. Eastern Standard Time in America. But yeah, no. I have a bunch of stuff that I personally do to make sure that I keep myself safe and secure. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes as well. And it's also America. Right, so that's another thing. But like, legitimately. There's a lot of stuff that I do. It takes me no. It's a Walther. It's a Walther. I don't go with American, I go with German with those. No, it's not plastic, it's full metal. Yeah. But no, it's a Walther. It's the only thing that's plastic on it is the lower. But everything else on it is metal. I also have a can for it, so I can be quiet while also defending myself. Um, but genuinely, no. Um, I take time and protect myself in many different ways to make sure that, because I've made mistakes in the past where I've gotten taken advantage of by companies. I actually have had to delete a YouTube channel before that had over 10,000 subscribers because companies didn't want to communicate properly or just work with me in general properly. So it's basically turned into now partially developing software to help VTubers that are indie get connected with companies and not get scammed. Because literally a VTube organization can pop up in a week and then either get bought out or get deleted in a week. That same exact week. And it disgusts me. It legitimately makes me sick. What I want to do is I want to create a organization where these companies that are signing on these people can get a stamp of approval that basically goes that hey, we're a legitimate organization. Yes, we may be new, but we are not a scam or anything like that. Because I've seen 4 organizations pop up in the last week and say, hey, we have auditions happening right now. You should audition on like Twitter. And then you actually go to their audition page. The website looks like just dog shit. The website looks like it was AI generated in a weekend. And the people that actually are employees of it, air quotes, barely respond to you. Yeah. But they barely respond to you. Other than just, yeah, give us your personal information, trust us with your security. And that's a thing. So I'm working on creating software to automatically go through these companies in general, because just for my personal safety, I don't really want to work with a company that is brand new, that at least doesn't have a registered business address, because that's another thing. A lot of these companies don't have IN numbers. They don't have anything. They have nothing. And it legitimately concerns me. Like very much concerns me. That they don't have like at least registration numbers that they publicly post. Like, and they have no reason to not post their registration numbers or anything like that. They just legitimately don't have one. Like, and that's fine, I will say, if you're a group that's just looking for more people to join. But if you are saying that you're an agency and you are inviting people to join on Twitter but you don't have a registration number with a government and an address on file, that shouldn't happen. And I'm seeing that, and their excuses are, we don't have enough money to register our business. My first response to them is usually, then don't be in business. Because don't be in business. If you don't have enough money to pay people, for one, don't be in business, because no one's going to want to work with you if their paychecks are going to get delayed or deferred. If you have to defer a talent's paycheck because you can't afford to pay them, then you should not be in business. So I'm working on creating a more automated system that will, one, scour Twitter and Blue Sky and all those other social media platforms for the links. I can't believe I have to say this, by the way, because I've seen it a couple times already. Please don't click random links that you find on Twitter. They may be a registered company, but that account may be hacked. Go to the actual website for the business, and if it's a group or an agency that's new and they don't have a website yet, just don't click that link, because you don't know what they're gonna steal. How long have I been working on this? This has been years. After the last time I worked with a company and they screwed me over, I'll say. I have been vehemently, basically, just being like, yeah, fuck this, screw this industry, and everything else like that. So I've been working on the software behind the scenes, and working on, as well, my channel and my content, and making people as happy as I possibly can make them, while also working on these things. I just don't have, I personally myself just don't have money to publicly publicize anything yet. Because I am a firm believer of at least have to have a little bit of money before I launch a business. So that's why I'm trying to get my channel more popular, as I'm, you know, it's perfectly, it's right now, it's not even like gonna be fully publicized. I'm not gonna publicize a piece of software, one, that's incomplete, and two, something that doesn't have a registered business number and a business address. I'm not that crazy. Trust me, I'm not a random person on Twitter that thinks that to have a VTuber agency, all you need is a name. Because I've seen 5 of those in the past literal week. Literally just going, yeah, fill out this Google Doc, or this Google form, and that'll be your official audition. Because Hololive uses Google Forms. And I'm not even joking. That is their actual reasoning behind why they're using a Google form. And I am I laugh a little bit. I snicker at them. Because I did actually get an interview with one of these companies, or air quotes companies, and I literally did ask them what their business number is. Because, like, you know, that's a thing, like when you're in the interview and you're just like, hey, can I get your registered business number, your international business number, your basically the number that identifies your business among all the other businesses in the same industry, and your DBA name. And they couldn't provide it. So I terminated the interview. Because, you know, they're claiming to be a company. They're not a company. And I let them know that, hey, if you get a business number and you register your business and you come back to me, I might work with you. Because they did actually have pretty good terms. The people that were actually working on it did actually have money. They just didn't have a business number, from what I could tell. Their business had no legitimacy. That's the best way I can explain it to everyone. Is, to me, they had no legitimacy. But no, I do plan on releasing something soon-ish. Soon-ish, that's what I'm gonna say. It's basically either, in the next couple weeks, I'm gonna be working for an agency. Working with an agency. I'm not gonna say who, or what, or who I've actually applied for, or anything like that. I can say that I have applied, though, to people. But I'm not gonna say who, or what, or where. But I will say that, I have applied. And I have given my terms to a couple companies. I've done a couple interviews, with some of them. And been in talks with some of them. And most of them have agreed to, some of them have agreed to the terms that I have set out, but nothing is set in stone. It'll be the same channel, hopefully. I plan on keeping my IP and stuff. I want to go into a company as an adopt, basically. And not as basically a new tuber. Yep. I'm running out of power on the face cam here. But legitimately though, I can't say who or how many or that. I can just say that there's a couple that I've talked to already that have agreed to let me bring my IP that I have because you know, this character I own have agreed to let me bring my IP to them. It's just basically, you know, finding the right company and existing. It's the best way I can say it. And even if I don't keep this character alive per se, that's the other thing with that, right, is you're supposed to usually abandon your previous identity with some companies. I don't think I would be able to fully do that to an extent, because I still operate, right, under this name, under different things, because I'm not just, like, that. So I don't think I can actually physically abandon this identity, because, you know, everything's kind of based around this one, including my GitHub and everything else like that, and my source codes and yada yada yada. But either way, the face cam's about to die. I am going to now institute the thing of basically, I thank everyone for watching today's stream. There's a lot of people watching right now. I'm actually very happy about this. I'm looking at the YouTube analytics for the stream, and I'm blown away by the amount of people that have actually like watched, chatted. Twitch is awesome as well. There are people that are watching on Twitch. I didn't even realize that you are the first subscriber. Pause. Holy shit. Thank you for the subscription on Twitch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are one of my founders on Twitch. Thank you for the subscription. The dedicated flashlight man, thank you for this. Thank you for the member on YouTube as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But nope. Right now, we are running out of power. So I am going to, unfortunately, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. I didn't even realize. It didn't tell me. It didn't give me an audio alert. It usually does. It's literally been broken today. Legitimately, it's been broken today. I don't know why it's broken today, but it's literally broken today. The audio, like, noise, like, it's supposed to play a chime, but it's not playing the chime. But no, we are actually at the end of the music playlist as well. But yeah, no, we have streamed for 2 whole hours. More than that. 2 hours and 34 minutes and 15 seconds. But no, everyone, thank you for watching, and I am so thankful for everyone that is existent in here, and I hope everyone has a great Friday. And if you do not have a great Friday, remember, the voice in your head, that is my voice, tells you to have a great Friday. Remember, you're not alone in this world, and if you have any problems or issues or anything else, you just want to chat, come to the comment sections, and I usually respond. So, thank you all, and have a great one. Bye bye. Yeah, there's a little music playlist. Granted, it's not very loud, and it's filtered on Twitch to an extent. But no, but literally up in the lower corner of the stream, eh, eh, over here, there is a box, and then up there as well, there's a box, like up there. I hope the playlist is not broken. That would be depressing. It's just my voice and video game noises all stream, and I was just listening to music. There's some bangers in the playlist. Either way though, I must go rest, chill out, and exist. I thank everyone for watching, and yeah, have a great one. And I'll look into the playlist thing. It might just be too little too quiet. Alrighty.